Good afternoon, my friends. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about another dream I had today and a dream I had a couple of days ago. Now, first of all, if you guys, I've been watching a lot of the rapture dreams on YouTube, and about a year ago, many people were having dreams about the clock being 5 or 10 minutes before midnight. Then about 6 months ago, there were a lot of people having dreams about the clock being 1 minute to midnight, midnight being time for the rapture. Then I had about 5 or 6 weeks ago, I had an audible vision. I don't know what to call it except that, where I actually heard a clock striking midnight, and I heard it ring about 8 to 9 times. You know the sound that a Big Ben clock makes when it's striking midnight? It was that sound, and I heard about 8 or 9 dongs, and then the audible vision stopped. That was about 5 weeks ago. 3 days ago, I had a very short dream, almost like a vision because it was so short. I just asked my husband, I said, "What time is it?" And he and I both looked at the clock. And you remember those old-fashioned clocks that were on when I was a kid that had the little numbers that would flip every minute? You know, 9:01, 9:02, 9:03, and the little thing would actually flip down. Well, this was that kind of a clock, and I looked at it, and it was smashed, as if somebody had stepped on it or broken it. So that was about 3 days ago. Then last night I had this dream, which was really awesome, and I kind of think it might have been about heaven. I'll tell you about it, and you can tell me what you think. Um, let's see. The first part of it, my husband was driving our RV, and we pulled into this big lot where there were hundreds of people working, and there was piles of wood everywhere. It was a red wood, and after I woke up and thought about it, I think it was all cedar wood. And we pulled in, and somebody's yelling, "Watch out, watch out!" And our RV, which had some of this wood on the top of it, had started to fall apart. Some of the pieces fell down. And so my husband parked the RV, and like 100 people just came over, and it was like all these people were working in this wood yard, and they were like families. And they started rebuilding our RV and had it repaired and reconstructed in, I don't know, a couple of hours. And that was just the first little part of the dream. And everybody was happy there. It was an awful lot. It reminded me a lot of how the Amish will have barn raisings or house raisings, and everybody just gets together and it gets put up quick, just like that. It was a lot like that. And then the second part of the dream, my mother was in it, and one of my brothers, and there was like a big party, celebration, campground kind of experience going on, and it was lasting for a week. No, and in this there was, but it was inside a big building that had at least 3 stories, and we had breakfast and lunch already had been served, and it was getting almost time for dinner time, and there was still platters full of pancakes left that set out from breakfast for anybody who wanted to nibble on them during the day. And then there was a lunchtime meal, and then the third meal was going to be dinner time, and it was going to be on a different floor. And I remember my mother saying, "Come on, hurry up, we got to go because they're waiting to squeeze your juice." And there was a choice of pomegranate, orange, or grape, pomegranate or grape or something else. And somebody, whoever was hosting this celebration, was waiting to squeeze everybody's fresh juice from the fruit that they chose. It was very interesting. And then there was another part of the dream where there were some people sitting around. This was at the lunchtime, and there was, I don't know, it was interesting. There was a lady sitting across from me, and there was family there, and there were people that were just friends. Everybody was happy. Everybody was happy. And just nice food everywhere, and just it was like a special celebration. And it's a week-long celebration. And this lady that was sitting by me, I was thinking, well, we got to think of some way that we can make some money doing something we like, you know. I don't know what that has to do with heaven, but anyway, you know, and I said, like, maybe we could have a stable where we could house horses and feed them and groom them and earn money that way. And she said, oh, I already have two. That would be kind of fun. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I love horses, and so we were really excited that we were going to be able to do something we enjoyed and make a living at it. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but anyway, the third part of the dream was interesting in that my brother, there was somebody else there said, if you just think about it, it just happens. I was like, oh, wow, that's neat. And so then I called my brother, Scott. I said, come on, let's go buy Mom a dress. And all we did was I thought that I wanted to go shopping, and this stairway just opened down into the earth or whatever, and it went downstairs one story, and as we thought this, all these shops disappeared just because we thought of them. And my brother and I were looking at this dress and that dress and skirts and trying to pick out a dress for my mom. And that was basically the end of the dream. And I just thought, when you look at all these time frames, first, a year ago, people were having dreams about the clock being 10 minutes to midnight. Then they're having dreams about the clock being 1 minute to midnight. Then 5 weeks ago, I have an audible vision of a clock striking midnight. 3 days ago, I had a dream about the clock being broken, crushed. And then today, I have a dream that sounds a lot like a dream of heaven, perhaps a wedding feast, because it's 7 days. And the best I understand, in the Old Testament and in the New Testament, the traditional length for a wedding feast is 1 week. So I don't know. What do you think? Let me know, and have a good day. God bless.